Hello folks, Representative John Lee. I recently introduced a bill calling for an audit of the I-5 Interstate Bridge Replacement Program. Why do we need an audit? So many reasons, but bottom line is we need to make sure your taxpayer dollars are being wisely spent. Recently in the news, Senator Patty Murray got a bill passed through Congress that provides $100 million for Oregon's MAX light rail. That would have paid enough money to fix our Camas Slough Bridge in East Clark County. It would have paid for the SR 165 Carbon River Bridge replacement. It would have been a great down payment on the U.S. Highway 2 trestle replacement in northern Washington. Instead, Senator Murray went and got money that benefits Oregon and their TriMet. So far, the Interstate Bridge Replacement Program has spent about $250 million of your dollars, and we don't know if it's wisely been spent. In fact, many of you share with me your concerns that it's not being spent wisely. Recently, the Oregon Transportation Commission was briefed on the Interstate Bridge Replacement Program, and their commissioners asked some very hard questions about the unbelievable almost $18 billion upgraded cost. Commissioner Lee Breyer said, if those numbers are correct, we can't build this project. There's no way you're going to get the money to do it at this point. And he's right. Representative Ed Orcutt here in Washington. The problem is the bridge has gotten too darned expensive. He's a member of the Bi-State Bridge Committee of legislators tasked with overseeing the project, 8 from Washington and 8 for Oregon. Orcutt said, we need to start peeling some things off of this project, and light rail is the first thing that gets peeled off, not the thing that gets funded more. And that's in reference to Senator Murray delivering $100 million for Oregon's TriMet. Back to the Oregon Transportation Commission. Commissioner Jeff Baker said, at $13.6 billion, what do you think that's going to do to our ability to handle projects around the state if that bridge is draining the take? I'd really like to know what the plan is. He's exactly right. This outrageous $12 to $17, $18 billion project is going to suck money both states need to fix roads, bridges, and handle other transportation projects. Even current temporary program administrator Carly Francis admitted to the OTC commissioners there's been a breach of trust. She's exactly right. Not only a breach of trust for you, the people paying the bill, but also for the legislators on both states, for the elected and appointed officials overseeing this project. Trust has been lost in this. A different aspect of this, OTC Commissioner Baker said, how do you get started? I don't want you to get started until we get some answers. This is where we get into trouble. Are we starting on a $6 billion project or are we starting on a $14 billion project? That's because Carly Francis, temporary administrator, said, well, we can break the project into phases and do it one phase at a time. But nobody knows what those phases are, what the cost of the phases are, how long it stretches out. Bottom line is, breaking it into phases, in my opinion, only adds to the cost, and that's wrong. And clearly, OTC commissioners sense that as well. Bottom line is, we don't have the money. Again, the new cost range is $12.2 billion to $17.7 billion. This is why we need an audit of the whole project, find out where the money's going, what's been added, where the money's been spent, and at the end of the day, what is it we can afford? I hope I can deliver my bill calling for an audit of the IBR. Sadly, it wasn't given a hearing, but because it involves money and the spending of your money, we can get back to it, maybe get it a hearing, get it introduced on the floor. I'm working with colleagues in Oregon to see if their legislature can call for an audit as well. It would be a much more powerful message if both legislatures from both states called for an audit of the IBR. That's what's needed, because before we commit to spending 10, 12, 15, 18 billion of your money, we need to know where's the money been spent so far. Are they doing a project that is worthy of your taxpayer dollars? And what's gone wrong so far? Thanks so much for your trust. I am fighting for you. I want to deliver a project that doesn't have light rail, that doesn't have tolls, and is responsible spending of your money.